Hello, welcome to the Power of Patterns webinar. My name is Jivananda, and I am a transformational coach, psychotherapist, and monk living in Colorado.
And my name is Becky Morrison. I've been leading transformational programs for over a decade, and I am also a film and TV producer living in Brooklyn, New York. So we'd like to welcome you to the Power of Patterns webinar. Our intention is that you see the Power of Patterns as a program that's going to make a significant difference in your life. And by the end of our time together today, whether you decide to register or not, it's our commitment that you're going to have an insight into an area of dissatisfaction in your life. So the program is called the Power of Patterns. So as you might imagine, it's about patterns. So what do we mean by that? We mean those things that you and I do over and over again, or those situations that we find ourselves in over and over again. Often they're things that we've tried to change in our life but failed, right? Does any of that sound familiar? It certainly sounds familiar for me in my life. And here are some examples of patterns that we hear in the program from other people's lives. My relationships never work out, and somehow they always seem to end in the exact same way. I'm unhappy with my job, but I just can't seem to leave. I'm always taking care of other people, but I'm never taking care of myself. I always seem to be stressed out. I worry. I worry about the future, about money, about my kids. There are all these things that I really want to do, and I don't seem to be doing any of them. I can't let go of things that happened in the past. I have bad habits that I can't give up. That's a big one. Whether it's eating habits, smoking, drinking, not exercising, and the list goes on and on.
So why do we still have these areas of pain or dissatisfaction? And why can't we seem to change? Let's take a look more closely. So I'm going to lead you through a short exercise here. So what I'd like you to do is pick one area of your life where you're not satisfied or something isn't working for you. And if you choose, you can pull out a pencil and paper, pen and paper, and write some of these down, or just think about them. I'll walk through this with you and give you an example for myself. So for me, one area of my life that's not really working that well is that I work too much. I spend too much time working, and there's some impacts of that, which I'll go into shortly. So for yourself, think of an area in your life where you're not satisfied. And I'll give you a few moments to think about that. Okay, so next, take a look at what is the impact on yourself, on others, on other aspects of your life of that issue that's really not working for you. So for example, for me, I'm tired too much. I don't have as much energy as I would like. Things kind of in general just feel out of balance. I'm not spending time fostering the relationships I would really like to be in the right ways. I'm not as inspired consistently as I once was, and I'm pretty sure I'm growing love handles. So for yourself, take a look and see what the impact of that area in your life not working is for yourself. I'll give you a few moments. Okay. So now let's take a look. Let's take another step deeper. What are the things, take a look for yourself, what are the things that you're telling yourself and maybe others about why that area is the way it is? So for example, for me, I tell myself, and really other people too, that like it just has to be this way for now. I just have to work a lot right now. It's only temporary. And I actually tell myself, I really can make more time to do the things that I want. I just haven't done that for some reason. It's not exactly clear why. I also tell myself that like inspiration just comes and goes. It's just kind of how it is. And I was telling Becky this actually, that love happen to everyone. Love handles happen to everyone my age, which may or may not be true, obviously. So take a look at for yourself. What are the things that you're telling yourself about that area and why it is the way it is. And again, I'll give you a few moments here. So clearly you could probably spend a lot more time thinking about this. And if you choose to, I'd encourage you to. But here's what I'd like you to consider. Whatever you're telling yourself about why this is the way it is actually has nothing to do with why it is this way. Because if what you were telling yourself were true, then I am assuming that given who you are and your capacity, even though I don't know who you are, I trust that you have a capacity to do things really effectively in the world, and you would have done something about it already. Meaning, like, I believe that you're very effective, and if you knew how to change or how to shift that area in your life, you would have done something about it. So I'd like you to consider that there's something else at play. There's something that you can't see. There's something that is hidden from your view. And if you could see it, you would have made the change, or you would make the change. So what we are saying, and why we're on this webinar, is we're saying that there is a pattern at play here. There's something that you can't see that keeps yourself stuck in this rut, that keeps this area in your life from not working. And the opportunity of our program, The Power of Patterns, is to get at what's underneath, or maybe just what lies just beyond your awareness, and transform it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jivananda. That sounds great. I'd love to do this program. And for those of you out there on the webinar with us today, I'd like to ask you a question too. So take that area that you just said, wasn't really satisfying to you. And imagine what it would be like if you were completely satisfied in that area. If everything was working exactly as you want it to be. And now pick one word or a phrase that describes how you would feel. Got it? So that feeling, that is what we found people get out of the power of patterns. They find that whatever they think that they're stuck with, they're not. And those circumstances in life that they think are unchangeable, they're fixed, it's just the way it is, it's not. Because, as Jivananda said, in those areas that aren't working, there's simply something that we can't see. And that's what we call a pattern. And it's possible to transform that unseen pattern and then to create something new. And that, my friends, is a complete game changer. People come to the program stuck, stagnated, or simply looking to shift something that they haven't been able to change before. And then they leave having taken new actions, prepared to face the challenges that are inevitably going to arise. And most importantly, they're inspired to continue to create something new. And in addition to all of that, they leave the power of patterns with the tools to continue to do the work of the program. And we have a lot of evidence that this is true. We've worked with hundreds of people in this program across the globe. We've offered this program in multiple languages. So this isn't just something that's based on a good idea. It's based on experience. And it's based on the results that people have shared with us. So for more information about the power of patterns, including the upcoming schedule, the cost, and the locations, just click on the link below. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you had an insight for yourself, and we really look forward to seeing you in the power of